Okay, well, I am Sipping Tea with D, also known as Deirdre Boswell. I hail from the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, Philadelphia, PA. And Sipping Tea with D, which is right here, is all about positivity. It's about uplifting and highlighting African American women who have been marginalized in the media, who have, when you see us on a lot of reality shows, we're not put in the best light. And my focus and my purpose is to do simply that, to put us in the best light as possible, to share stories of trial and tribulation of women and how they were able to triumph and soar. So that is the purpose of my podcast. It started off as an audio podcast, and then it later kind of emerged into some other elements. I have Tea Time with Sipping Tea with D, which is on IG every Tuesday, and then I have a Clubhouse room on Sundays as well. So for those of you that have the Clubhouse app. So Sipping Tea with D, actually, back in 2013, I was one of the caretakers for my mom, who at the time was suddenly diagnosed with stage 4 uterine cancer. At that time, my life was in a whirlwind. My mother was just diagnosed out of nowhere. It literally just changed my entire family dynamic. And it was during this time, during the most trying and difficult time of my life, that God literally gave me this vision for a show. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know what it was going to be, who it was for, but he gave me a vision for a show for women. And it took me about 7 years to actually really do something with it. He literally gave me the vision for the show, the logo, the colors of the logo. It was really, one of those, you definitely know it was one of those God moments where he spoke to you, because there's no way, I wasn't even in that headspace at that time. If anyone here has ever been a caretaker for someone that's battling a terminal illness or illness at all, you know how, trying your days are. They never look the same. You're always back and forth. You don't know what's going on. So it was just interesting that at that time in my life, he literally spoke in my ear and gave me that word to have this show. So I made some weak attempts through the years. And it wasn't until 2020, at the onset of the pandemic, that God spoke to me again, and he said, it is time.